Cage-Free Wrestling Podcast here on February 3rd, 2020. I'm Ernest-Mania Christian. Alongside, of course, Mike Squipanier and Joe Lopez here with us. What's up, fellas? How you doing? I'm kind of awake.
I mean, I've done that before. I've fallen asleep during shows, so at least you fell asleep before the show.
That's true. No, so here, let's just ask what we talk about. I put my kids to sleep about 9:30, and we had a record time at 11 o'clock. And I said, okay, whatever, well, I'll jump on here at 11 o'clock, we'll start recording. I passed out. And, you know, all my group texts are always unmuted, so, you know, I'm like hearing ding, ding, ding all the time on my phone. So, obviously, you guys, you're like, texting me, telling me, wake up, hello, wake, and I'm like, holy shit, I wake up at 11:15, like, oh crap, I gotta go record. So I text you guys back. So it's been a kind of a very cloudy 30 minutes, but we're gonna keep pushing, keep striving. All right, before we get started, Mike, why are you so quiet? Number one.
You guys just started going, so I was just letting you guys go.
Okay, you can go too. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well,
say hi, damn it.
Hi.
Damn it.
Well,
hi, damn it.
We got takes to get over. Yeah, a lot of takes today. A lot of takes here to we're going to bring into the show. But first off, let's get to the news section. I guess lots of interesting news this week in the world.
Happy anniversary, Ring of Honor.
That's right. Was it 10 years?
NXT.
15 years?
No,
Ring of
18
Honor.
years, I think, for ROH.
ROH's been, is it 17 or 18?
18. 2002
18.
was the first show.
Yeah, 18.
NXT 10, right? Oh, 9.
Yeah, NXT. Well, NXT is at 10 if you count when it was like a reality competition.
Which is when I think they counted it.
That is when they're counting from, which I think is kind of weird personally, but whatever.
Right. Okay. So, happy anniversary to both NXT and ROH, Ring of Honor. Lots of interesting news this week in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start here. This is according to the Wrestling Observer. WrestleMania 36, the card is supposedly undergoing some major match changes, specifically with the SmackDown roster. Reports are that the planned Fiend versus Roman Reigns Universal Title Showdown may no longer occur, and that John Cena will no longer be working the program with Elias. Speculation is now that this means either a title change between the Fiend and Goldberg at Super Showdown, which is this coming Thursday, or that Cena will be the one to receive the title opportunity. Fellas, we've speculated about Super Showdown and the Fiend and what's going to happen with him. We have the title, not have the title against Goldberg. What are your thoughts on this rumored situation, Mike?
Goldberg.
God.
Let's see. He won the Universal title at a pay-per-view right before WrestleMania. What was it, last year or the year before?
That was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
All right, cool. So it's every even year, so therefore he's doing it again.
It was like 2018. It definitely wasn't last year.
Well, was it the opposite Simpsons Giants now? The opposite thing now? Every odd year you win the World Series? Was that what it was?
Correct.
Yeah.
So here's... Go ahead, Mike.
What I would say is that if this means that Cena is going into the Fiend match, I know Joe's going to be extensively more pleased.
Yes.
I believe I would be more pleased. But the real question here is, what does it do for Roman Reigns? Does that mean Roman Reigns versus Goldberg in like a special match of who has the better spear?
Yes.
Oh,
who can get the audience to stay behind them the longest?
Who can get the audience to actually stay in their seats and not walk to the bathroom during that match?
You know what? We keep hearing this idea that you could see a Goldberg Roman Reigns match, but then you hear this thing, you know, this rumor. It's a rumor. So
here's my thing. I actually like the idea of Goldberg versus Roman Reigns, and I like the idea of John Cena versus The Fiend. I don't like the idea of Goldberg beating The Fiend for the title and then that becoming the title match.
I concur.
Also.
That's my whole thing.
Could we can definitely establish that The Fiend will lose the title by no, he'll have the title. Well, he'll have the title no longer than WrestleMania. That's something I think we all agree on. But losing the title in Showdown though, I mean, granted he won a title at a Saudi show too in October, but still.
I don't know if I'm all in on him losing the title at WrestleMania right away if it goes to John Cena.
True.
Because Cena's made it abundantly clear that he has no desire to beat Ric Flair's world title reign record, which, if that's the case, that would be the record breaker. And then that means Cena would have to stick around. because, I mean, I'm not going to say that he's just going to never be around, but Fast and Furious 9 opens up sometime soon, and he's got a lot of promotion stuff for that.
Mm-hmm.
So unless he wins the belt and then drops it almost right away to somebody, it just doesn't make sense why it would be Cena. That's why I feel like if it's Roman, you almost have to think Roman's going to win the title at WrestleMania. If it's anybody else, especially a part-timer, you almost have to think that the Fiend's going to retain.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Plus a Fiend win at WrestleMania means more than a John Cena win over the Fiend at WrestleMania.
Absolutely agree.
If it was somebody that's like current, like even if it was Roman or it was Bryan or it was, I'm just gonna randomly shoot off a name from the SmackDown roster, Shinsuke or Cesaro or somebody like that, where you could build that person based off of him being the one that found a way to finally defeat the Unbreakable or the Unbeatable in the Fiend. It's like you can strap the rocket to that guy's back and get him over. The problem is there aren't many guys on the SmackDown roster that are developed well enough where a win over the Fiend would put them on another pedestal.
Right. Makes sense. All right. We got some Hall of Fame inductees announced this week. The Bella Twins, who were removed for the last couple of weeks to possibly going to be going to the Hall this coming April, will be inducted to the Hall of Fame in a month or so. The Bella Twins, they just retired a year ago and already they were getting in. A lot of back and forth about this. Joe, any reaction to this? Bella Twins Hall of Fame?
So there's a part of me that would rather see someone like Victoria or Molly Holly or someone from that era, because that's the era that we're mostly getting the guys from right now. So it'd be kind of cool to see, those women who kind of really were like the beginnings of women's wrestling where it's got into right now. Like they were almost ahead of their time with what they were doing. So I would rather see someone like that, but I'm not going to take away from the Bellas. Like that's the thing. Like there's no denying their popularity, especially mainstream. I mean, Total Divas opened up a whole new audience to wrestling. So I'm not going to deny. I think they deserve to go in the Hall of Fame. I think it's too soon. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. It feels very rushed.
Yes.
Maybe I'm wrong. Mike, what do you think?
You're talking about the diva who has the longest reigning title reign of the last 40 years. Going in.
True.
301 days she was the champion. Nikki had it a second time. Brie had it once. They won the Slammy for Diva of the Year. At the
they have
end
a
of the
great
day,
theme song.
They were also in that tag match that got Give Divas a Chance.
Yes.
That started the whole revolution. So I mean, if you want to look at the poster for the new Divas Revolution, they have to have their hand in that cookie jar at some way, shape, or form. And honestly, here's my thing: a lot of people, and this is just speculation, is that a lot of people have made a comment that if you go to the Hall of Fame, you have to sign a Legends contract. And I don't know necessarily that a lot of those people want to sign those Legends contracts, so they don't want to get WWE's approval to go work an indie show in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Right.
So that may take your Molly Hollies and your Victorias off of the books right now because Victoria can't go work a random show in Southern California because WWE might need her to make a NASCAR appearance.
True, and the Bellas aren't showing up at any indie show.
They're both pregnant. They're going to keep taking in their money from merchandising and all that other stuff. It's a simple, and they get a diva in there, or divas, I should say, and they get someone who is part of the revolution in there. I mean, at the end of the day, it makes sense from a business standpoint because they're not going to show up at a Ring of Honor show to do an autograph signing.
I mean, everything Mike says logistically, it makes a lot of sense. It just feels, I think we all agree that they deserve to get in no matter what. I mean, I'm going to say they deserve to get in no matter what. It's just that it felt so soon because they just retired, I think, not even a full year ago.
Yeah,
so,
that's my feeling on it.
Batista retired a year ago, and he's the main person going in. Give me what I want.
That felt soon too, though, in my opinion. But that's just me. But I guess we're so used to, what the real sports want to call that. They wait 5 years, that kind of thing. I mean, I guess you're right. I guess Strike the Iron's hot. They're still relevant right now in the public eyes, and their shows are pretty popular. So I guess I can see your point there. The WWE this week just announced that this week on NXT this Wednesday, Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair will be getting it on. Seems kind of soon.
Ooh.
Surprised that's so soon. Why, no build up for this? I mean, I know there's some people talk about like maybe the idea of maybe having Bianca, involved in the match at WrestleMania against Rhea Ripley. I think that's bogus, in my opinion, personally. But the fact they're doing it so soon, though, I mean, it feels a little too soon for this matchup, or not, Mikey.
I mean, here's the thing: Charlotte hasn't been in NXT in what, like 5 years?
Something like
Right.
that.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question: who else would Charlotte beat in a tune-up match that's an NXT wrestler?
Right.
Who makes sense?
No, I think the match makes sense. I think doing it, I'm not even saying too much like, when I say soon, I mean like literally this week. I'm thinking maybe like sometime in March, maybe, I guess, closer to Mania. I don't know.
Here's my thing. I think that you can have this match now and have a good match and use it to build up Rhea and Charlotte. But I do think that you can eventually in the future have a bigger money match, like on a pay-per-view or something, with Charlotte and Bianca. That's not going to be what we get on Wednesday, but it is possible for something in the future.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think it loses anything by happening now either.
Right. Makes sense.
No, I don't either. I think that this match is in the perfect time frame of where it is. I mean, because at the end of the day, Charlotte has a minor thing going on with Bianca. She conquers that. She gets back into an NXT ring, so the fans see her there. And then you have, you move then into Rhea. At the end of the day, I would be surprised if Charlotte wrestles more than one match in NXT before the title fight. Because at the end of the day, all we're doing is giving these people more chances to get hurt and potentially blow up what we've been building for the last 6 months. The fact of the matter is, I'd be surprised if you see Drew McIntyre in many matches on Monday Night Raw leading into WrestleMania.
Right.
I'd be surprised if you see Brock in any. I'd be surprised if you see the two women in many matches, with the exception of maybe a match at Elimination Chamber. But at the end of the day, like, you're going into this spot now where you've put your money into those 4 competitors. What do we do out of it? And then the real thing here is, in a hypothetical world, if Charlotte Flair wins the NXT title, that now gives her Bianca coming after her for the title. Do I think Charlotte's going to win the title? No, because at the end of the day, if that happens, then that means that who the hell is going to beat Charlotte eventually in NXT?
Right. Makes sense.
Right.
All right. And finally, one half of the women's tag team champions, Kairi Sane, announced on Instagram this weekend that she and her longtime fiance got married over the weekend. Nice. Congrats to Kairi Sane, of course. The Kamika Warriors, of course. Fellas, anything you want to say about this?
Congrats. I'm definitely not the person that's going to be crying over a woman no longer being single.
Oh, God.
You woke up for this.
Yes, I did. I love Kairi Sane. Alrighty, let's get to our takes of the week. That's this week's news dump. On the Takes of the podcast. Mikey, you want to go first? Since we have 2 shows. We got a preview this week. 2 pay-per-views we got a preview this week.
I thought it'd be smarter to close with my topic.
Okay, that's fine. So we want to do what should we do
How about
first?
you lead off, and then we can transition in from where you talk about Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre last, into Joe's, and then we go into the pay-per-view where Brock Lesnar could lose the title to Ricochet before that match even happened. I feel like that's a good flow.
Because that's going to happen, definitely.
I like.
You like that? You like that? All right, so let's go first. Okay, we'll go to my fancy booking of WrestleMania 36 part D.
Earnest-Mania.
Okay, Earnest-Mania. Okay, so
Earnest-Mania.
mine isn't as creative as yours, Mike. I did what best I could.
Shocker.
I just basically filled in the championship matches and maybe a few solo stuff here. 20-man battle royal. I'm not going to list all the names in there, but I have Sheamus winning the 20-man battle royal just because. Give him something to do.
With that.
Give him something to do. He's actually gained some steam on SmackDown without really gaining enough steam in a lot of ways. I mean, he beat Chat, was that Shorty G and Austin, was it Austin Creed? No. Who's the other guy?
Apollo Crews?
Oh, Apollo Crews. Thank you. They all look the same. Sorry. I SmackDown 2 weeks ago, and that's bad. That's pretty bad. So I have Sheamus in the 20-man battle royal just because Sheamus is pretty badass. And actually has one of the most underrated theme songs in all of WWE. WWE title match. I mean, it's no surprise. Lesnar, McIntyre. Obviously, that's going to happen. We all agree. I think you even agree with that last week on the on here. Universal title. I still think we'll get the Fiend and Roman Reigns. But I think after this Thursday, I think I might have to. Obviously, we'll see what happens. What happens on Thursday with the match between Fiend and Goldberg. The IC title match. I'm gonna go with a Braun Strowman Shinsuke Nakamura rematch. This is actually an underrated little feud going on here. Did you guys see the on SmackDown on Friday the tag team matchup with the Symphony of Destruction?
I haven't watched SmackDown.
Tribute to Megadeth, by the way. Hell yeah. Pretty good matchup, actually.
After watching something else, I don't know if even my Intercontinental title match is going to happen because I feel like something else is going to happen.
Ooh. What was yours last week, by the way? The IC title match.
It was like a fatal 5-way or something for the title.
Okay.
But I don't even think that's going to happen anymore.
Okay, all right. So I have Strowman and Shinsuke for a rematch. It's actually not a bad little feud going on here between these two. And they have Elias involved with Cesaro and all that. So, all right, U.S. title. You're gonna have Andrade and Rey Mysterio. These guys met a few weeks. Actually had a great match, ladder match, about a month back, and before Andrade went on a 30-day leave due to quote unquote wellness policy being broken. I do think these two guys will go get on again in WrestleMania. Raw tag team title match between I'm surprised I'm saying this, but I think Rollins and Murphy will hold their titles up to Mania, and they'll face the Viking Raiders.
Interesting.
I don't think Ernest has watched WrestleMania in the last 4 years.
No, I'm not. Well, duh. And that's why I said mine's very thin and it's not as cool as yours. And you know what? I guess what? I may revisit this again. 2 weeks for the show. Discuss. Let me see. I know. SmackDown tag titles. I'm gonna go something different here. I'm gonna go two faces here: the New Day and the Usos.
I mean, they always have great matches with each other, and it's been a minute. So
yeah, and they already teased it on Friday on SmackDown. If you guys did not see, by the way.
So basically, Earnest-Mania is like a Raw from the month of June to the month of August.
Yeah,
you have the same 7 guys fight each other on fucking television every week. And you guys wanted to complain about having rematches. That's all Ernest's WrestleMania card has been so far, is a walking rematch.
The sad part is...
What's that?
The sad part is, though, you can book 17 matches, and that's basically last year's card. So, you're not even wrong.
The thing is, though, Rollins and Murphy has not faced the Viking Raiders yet, though, since, in this last month. They've faced each other in terms of 6-man tags and 8-man tags and whatnot, but never these two against these two.
No. What I'm referring to is the fact that you're also forgetting that Vince likes to get everybody on the show, and you're going through an Intercontinental title match with guys that have been feuding for the title for the last 4 months. You're going with a U.S. title match where the guys had a blow off of a ladder match. Now you're giving them a WrestleMania match. You have 2 teams facing each other for the Raw and the SmackDown tag titles, which I don't think there's been a singles pair against pair tag match at WrestleMania for the tag title since 1993.
Are you serious?
It's been more recent, I promise.
I wouldn't say many more recent than that. Those are all that they use for multi-man matches. They don't really ever have single tag title matches.
I thought about doing a 3-way, a fatal 4-way type thing, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's go different this time. And it always said the New Day Usos because they teased it on Friday too.
And no, seriously, go back and watch some of their matches from 2016, 17. They had some great matches.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying Earnest-Mania right now.
Let me add one stipulation to the IC title match between Strowman and Shinsuke. There'll be a false count anywhere. Yeah, I know.
I hate those matches live.
Women's SmackDown. We're gonna go to the well again. I know they're fighting this Thursday, but I think we'll extend this rivalry again. Bayley and Naomi will be fighting again at WrestleMania.
Okay, can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
So this is a good moment since Naomi has now come up in the conversation. I didn't watch SmackDown, but I did catch one of those top 10 SmackDown moments on Facebook videos. And there was a clip of Naomi doing what looked like the laziest plancha out of the ring, flipping over the top rope onto whoever she was fighting, and then kind of just standing there and looking at the audience and being like, yeah. And it was just the weirdest thing. It was almost like she looked like she didn't even want to be there.
Oh, and for the record, I just looked up. Probably because we weren't there when the match actually would happen.
Okay.
Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder defeated the Revival last year to win the Raw Tag Titles in a
Oh,
singles.
that was the pre-show.
At Mania?
Yeah, it was on a pre-show.
Wait, they had the tag title match on the pre-show of Mania?
Yeah, that happens pretty regularly. That happened this year with one of the tag belts for sure, too, probably.
Okay, so the pre-show was 4 matches. It was the Cruiserweight title, the Women's Battle Royal, the Men's Battle Royal, and then the Raw Tag Title match.
I initially was going to put some NXT matches on here too, though, but then I remember they did doing a takeover the night before, so there's no point in doing that. I initially.
Well, but Earnest-Mania, man, you control it.
Yeah, I fired Vince.
Earnest-Mania.
Raw Women's Raw title, of course. No surprise there. Becky Lynch, Shayna Baszler. We're on our way there anyway. There's no surprise there. And finally, because it's a shorter show, this is more close to a 1992 show than a fucking 2017 to 18, 19 show.
It's only 6 hours?
There's going to be only 3 hours. Hit it and quit it. That's it. John Cena will be wrestling here against AJ Styles.
Ooh.
Just cause. No reason why, just cause.
It's another go to the well, because they had some great matches when AJ first got to WWE. Have you seen those?
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Can we just put this show in a time warp?
Sure. Yeah.
Shoot it about 3 years back, and this would probably be the greatest wrestling podcast, WrestleMania preview of all time. Because the way it was WrestleMania New Orleans.
This is what I think we should do, Mike. This is my proposal.
Okay.
And I think we should give Ernest 2 weeks because I know Ernest is a busy man. Sometimes he needs naps.
Oh yeah. As evidence
The matches that he has booked on Earnest-Mania that have happened in the last couple of years, we should send him links to like the best versions of those matches, and he should have to watch them and report back on how awesome they were.
On how good Earnest-Mania was.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
This is an awesome 2016 card.
Yes. Yes.
Honestly, it's a really good 2018, really good 2017, 2018
No,
card.
but
like John Cena and AJ Styles had some 5-star matches. The New Day and the Usos, like their Hell in a Cell match was like amazing.
Now this shows you though too. Also, this is my first Mania I'm watching in real time in a number of years. Because I came back after Mania last year.
Right.
See, my only thing here is, and I guess this is foreshadowing my thought process. I don't think Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy are going to be the tag champions.
Are you saying that? Finger of doom,
bro. But I think that they're going to lose them on Thursday to the Street Profits.
Ooh,
I'd be
really?
so okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
And then you could see Montez and Angelo, bringing the smoke to
on the pre-show.
Probably because then you're gonna get Seth Rollins against like AJ Styles or against Kevin Owens. And here's the thing. And I'm gonna tell you right now. The guy who's been like the Universal Champion and is dating the fucking most over act in the company is not going to be on the pre-show, ladies and gentlemen. So the Raw tag title match was not going there. And the SmackDown tag titles, if you're Earnest-Mania and you're really having New Day versus the Usos, or even if it's John Morrison and The Miz versus somebody, you think that tag title match is really going to go on the pre-show? This
is why I need to hire Mike. This is why Mike's my Bruce Pritchard. I need to hire him to fix his match. You know what I'm saying?
He's a heel.
He's a heel. By the way, considering my absence, there's no Undertaker because I don't want to see him.
Oh,
boo.
I mean,
that's a terrible take.
I'm sorry. Earnest-Mania, baby. Earnest-Mania running wild, brother.
Why don't you go take that yellow and red and shove it up your ass? It's a terrible thing.
Damn.
What is synonymous with WrestleMania?
Hulkamania 1, Hulkamania 2.
Wrong.
I was gonna say $12 collector's cups.
I'm not okay. I mean,
that's the correct answer.
I respect the shut the Undertaker, but I'm not the biggest Undertaker fan on the planet like everybody else is. Trust me, I'm not. I love him, but I'm not the biggest fan on the planet. Like he's not in my top 10 wrestlers.
You can't love him and then not be a fan of him.
No, what I'm saying is that if you tell my
double negative.
No, I know it's gonna sound really bad, but I'm probably gonna get fucking shot up on social media saying this, but like if you ask my 10 favorite wrestlers of all time, personal favorites, he's on my top 10.
Trash.
Me personally, this is personal preference.
I don't know that he'd be in my top 10 favorites of all time either. To be fair.
Yeah, but I think we all understand like top 10 like favorite, or like top 10 because like they deserve to be there because of like what they've done in the ring. Because I mean, if that's the case, yeah, my top 10 favorite, I'm gonna have like Adam Bomb and Glacier in there. I mean, like what the fuck?
Hey, that's 2 by 10. There we go. That's 2 by 10 right there. Adam Bomb and Glacier. Come on now.
That's the point.
Fuck? This joke.
You know, my brother interviewed Glacier not too long ago for, I think, an article for his wrestling website. And he told me he was going to do it, and all I said to him was, ask him if he's losing weight because of global warming.
No, I you know what it is, Taker? I was a big fan in the 90s, obviously, when it first came out, in the first 8 years. I mean, I loved, his run. By the way, his 97 run was pretty underrated. I think he won the title.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, but the match with the matches with Shawn Michaels and at Ground Zero and Hell in a Cell and Royal Rumble '98, fucking great ass run. But I feel like after Ministry of Darkness, I just really kind of got over him. I don't know what it is.
I feel like, but you missed his like.
I hated that.
I
hated a roll. I hated that shit. I watched that. Hated it.
Oh, okay.
Hated it. To this day, hated it. I didn't. You know what I need to do? I need to watch Big Evil.
Okay, but hold on. Why did you hate that version of The Undertaker?
I just hate it.
Why?
Just didn't feel. At the time, I don't know, man.
Because it was a change.
Yeah,
It wasn't The Undertaker that you grew up watching.
That's correct.
Oh, okay. So because he adapted his character, now it's.
He went from a fucking grave thrower to a satanic minister to a metalhead now with a fucking chain on his. I mean, come on. It was too much.
He's one of the few guys who like totally changed his gimmick, but his name always stayed the same.
I will say as much though. Watching and this is why I'm going to appreciate Ruthless Aggression era now too. Watching the documentary, I do think seeing the clips of Big Evil era, 03, 04, 05. Not that terrible, but right before that, I couldn't stand it.
Okay, first off, if you go back to watching WWE at that time, what were they doing? They were trying to make everybody act like normal people. They were trying to give them like normal like gimmicks. They weren't trying to be supernatural. So that's why the Undertaker became the rolling Big Evil guy. 2, the Jeff Hardy ladder match for the fucking undisputed title or whatever was kick ass.
What year is that?
Find that one and watch it.
What's year?
Also, I don't remember. I'll look it up after the show. Also, the chair shot he lays on Jeff Hardy in that match, where Jeff Hardy basically looks like he died. One of the greatest chair shots I think I've ever seen in my life. And 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th, whatever number it is, at the end of the day, Undertaker is probably the most fucking over act in WrestleMania history. He's the only guy in the world that's lost a match at WrestleMania, and the entire fucking stadium was quiet for the next 45 minutes.
Which, by the way, I watched that in person. I actually watched that.
If you have a WrestleMania and Undertaker is able to be there, whether it's in a 7-minute squash match or whether it's in a 4-second match where he comes out and chokeslam one, like The Rock beat Rowan that one year, I don't care. Give me Undertaker at WrestleMania.
By the way, I rooted for Lesnar in that match, just for the record. Oops. I'm a Lesnar mark, dude. So.
God, you're so trash.
All right, Earnest-Mania is done. Let's go next topic.
Earnest-Mania is done. Ernest talking about the Undertaker is done. Ernest having an opinion is done.
I know.
Podcast. Ernest has been kicked out.
Fucking Mike's trigger points. Here. Talk shit about Undertaker. Fucking bring it to Houston Astros.
This is how you lose, Mike. Yes.
There's some Mike trigger points. There you go. Boom. All right, guys. I'm done my topic. So, Mike.
Thank God.
Okay.
I would buy a ticket to Earnest-Mania.
Oh, nice. In 2018, 2017.
Yes.
I would buy one too, but then I would boo at the fact that you have like 37 guys in the pre-show battle royal.
The car ride home with Mike after Earnest-Mania would be like, okay, but I don't understand. Why couldn't the Undertaker be there?
Bro, you're saying wait 2 weeks. I might do an entire Earnest-Mania podcast episode solely called Earnest-Mania Part Duh, and do a revamp again.
I'll tell you this much, and Joe can attest to this. There was a short time after the second WrestleMania that we ever went to where I was so tilted by the way Vince McMahon booked the Daniel Bryan World Title match that I had to walk away from everybody and try to get my fucking thoughts together because I was getting ready to fucking like go insane.
Yes.
This is Mania 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where Bryan versus Sheamus was like 7 seconds, and like there was more time of them doing like the yes chant and AJ kissing Bryan and then Bryan getting his face kicked off.
Okay.
Like it literally was like a 7-second match. And I looked over at Joe like when the bell rang and then he kicked him in the face, and I'm like, wait, they didn't just fucking hoodwink us. They fucking hoodwinked us. And
I
literally,
liked it.
Oh, God.
I was tilted. Like I was good during the rest of the show, but like we went out and like somebody said something, and I think it was he who shall not be named.
Yeah.
And
He's
like
not the guy.
because he thought he had some kind of wrestling philosophy. Like he said something and it just tilted the shit out of me, and I was like, I gotta walk away before I fucking.
So there's another trigger point for Mike right there. That situation.
Yes.
We got WrestleMania 28 trigger point for Mike. I'm marking it down on my spreadsheet.
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
In the moment, like because of the way that like the he said whatever he said, like I turned around and walked away because I'm like, I'm gonna tell this person that I just met that he can fucking walk home.
Yeah.
That's how tilted I was.
Mike needed a minute.
Really did.
But when
Mike
Mike
needed a come to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
I did.
But when my kid is woke up, is on my lap right now. Falls in my lap. All right, go ahead, Joe. You're up.
All right. Well, we started to talk about this last week, and I just feel like it could be a good little argument.
We showed did.
The topic came up last week of whether or not Brock Lesnar needs to be a champion when he's in WWE. And I would actually argue that absolutely he needs the belt. And I don't want to say why yet. I'd actually rather hear your guys' opinions first on this topic.
Want me to go first, or Mike want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go first.
Well, I don't think he needs the belt necessarily, but I do think when he has the belt, he does elevate it to another level. Like, it matters when he has the belt. It really matters. Like, right now, it matters that he's a champion. It mattered last year when he was a champion going into WrestleMania against Seth Rollins. It elevates the belt. I did see a couple of... 2 weeks ago, I went through a little bit of Brock Lesnar, bench fest. Went through his entire 2015 pre-belt. I think he won the title Mania that year. Did he win? No, he lost at Mania, right? At 2015. No, he lost his. Yeah, he had the title and then Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That might have been 2014.
2015.
The greatest cash in all time.
Actually is the greatest catch of all time. Because number one, I watched that match, didn't even know what happened. It was like in hindsight, it's going to happen. I had no idea it happened. But watching it, he elevates the belt. He elevates the title. Like certain guys who may not need the belt. Like I don't think. It might you're gonna kill me here, but I don't think Undertaker ever elevated the title. He never needed it, but he never elevated the title either when he was a champion. Like he was a good champion when he had the belt, but he never elevated it to a level. Like look at Royal Rumble this year with Brock Lesnar during the Rumble when he eliminates 13 guys to start off the whole fucking thing. Okay, but there's about 3 instances in there where he takes the belt while he's waiting for the next guy to come down to fight him, hold the belt in the air and whatnot, and getting people to to either boo him or cheer him, whatever it may be. Paul Heyman with the belt blocking the announcers. Like he makes the belt cool. Like he makes the belt matter. In a way like it's almost like I won't say it's on the level Hulk Hogan, but it kind of feels like kind of like 80s, mid 80s or late 80s ish, early 90s where. If Hogan won the title, or Marshall won the title, or Warrior, it mattered in a big way.
Yes.
And that's why I think Lesnar... So that's why, does he need the belt? Not necessarily, but when he has it, he fucking elevates it to another level. That's all I'm saying.
Mike.
Okay. First off, I'm going to pick apart Ernest's argument.
Go right ahead.
Who in the WWE elevates the world title?
Currently now, or in the history of the business?
Okay, Ernest, let's put it this way. Who in the last 10 years, I know you haven't watched, so Joe, this is a question you can also chime in on.
Okay.
Who has elevated the WWE Championship?
I'd say Cena did. I would say Cena, definitely. Looking
Punk
back,
did with his long reign, too.
definitely less. Who else?
Punk with his long reign.
See, I didn't watch his reigns. I couldn't.
Okay,
I can't.
I'm gonna give you the last 10 years. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
John Cena won the title February 21st of 2010 at Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
Held the belt for 6.5 minutes. Batista beat him.
Really?
Yes.
Batista didn't elevate the title.
No.
Cena wins it back at WrestleMania. Holds the title 84 days and loses it to the debuting Sheamus in his first title match.
Well, that's a shameful thing.
Sheamus doesn't elevate the WWE title. Or, I'm sorry, that was his debut, but he had beaten Cena in a tables match in December of 2009. That was his second run of the title in under 6 months of being in the company on the main roster. Randy Orton, maybe. The Miz doesn't elevate the WWE title.
Okay.
Cena again. Punk with his 28-day run where he vacated because he took the belt and went home. That was more of the moment than him elevating the title.
Agreed.
Mysterio winning the belt in a tournament and then losing the belt the same night to John Cena. And then Punk wins a unification match. Okay, so that part of CM Punk's reign, cool. But then he loses the belt after Del Rio cashes in. Del Rio didn't elevate the fucking WWE title.
But what's the point you're trying to get to?
There's nobody in the fucking company that ever elevates the title. So why are we talking about how Brock Lesnar elevates the title?
Because there's no
one.
He's only one then, I guess, then.
But shouldn't we want the title elevated?
No, we should want the title on the fucking show. The fact that the guy has had the title, I shit you not, since 2015, he's held the belt. He's held the WWE title for 142 days in a match that he won the damn thing in 7 seconds from the guy who he wanted the WrestleMania moment for. Kofi lasted 7 seconds. He's had the belt 142 days. How many times has he defended it? Twice? Maybe?
Yeah. Fair.
This is going to sound really weird because there's no way in hell he's going to lose on Thursday Ricochet. But it does feel special to some degree. It does feel like, okay,
no, it doesn't.
Maybe.
No, to me, it feels like Saudi Arabia picked up the phone and said, we want Brock. And how do you get Brock over? You have him go out there and you have him suplex a guy who weighs 135 pounds.
Yeah.
That's how. He's going to make $35 million.
Those fans better be paying attention in the front row instead of texting on their cell phones because Ricochet might end up in their lap.
No, I can't speak on this on the air like you would.
Here's the deal.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Here's the deal. How do they get him over? He's going to make $35 million walking down the ramp, fucking watching fireworks go off, suplex Ricochet 35 times, hit him with an F5, and walk back up the ramp, get on his own private jet, leave Saudi Arabia, and be gone. At the end of the fucking day, there's nobody in the business that's bigger than the title, and there's no one that elevates the title anymore. At the end of it, those names don't exist anymore. There is no more Hogan. There is no more Savage. There is no more Warrior. There is no more Hollywood Hogan when he was in WCW.
Right.
There is no Sting. There is no guys like that.
You don't feel like Lesnar's a star to that level?
No, I think he is. I think
I do too.
No, I think he's the only.
I think he's a younger version of the Undertaker. Bring him in when we need him. Bring him in when we need him. Bring him in when we need the fans to cheer. Bring him in when we need the fans to watch something.
See, Mike,
and whenever we don't need him anymore, we can let him go on vacation.
See, Mike, I kind of agree with you to some degree what you're saying there. There's no one else doing the elevating. I think he's the only one who does, though, when he has it.
But I mean, and see, here's the thing. I think that the attempt that they're making right now, like by having Drew McIntyre beat him at WrestleMania, which I think we all know is going to happen. Your goal is to turn Drew McIntyre into that level of a draw. That is the goal. You want the title to be elevated.
The Lesnar dust.
Yeah. It will mean something when Drew wins it from Lesnar, more than it would mean if he won it from Seth.
Mike, I'll say this much. And again, I can't speak on the first 9 years of the decade. Honestly, I didn't watch. But when Seth won it last year, and granted, I watched it in hindsight, it felt like a big deal when he won it.
I've sat through a 504-day Brock Lesnar Universal title run once. I'm at 156 the second time, 28 the third time, and we're at 147 days of this WWE title run. There have been 10 people that have held the Universal title. There have been 10 reigns, and fucking Brock Lesnar has 3 of them. I'm over Brock Lesnar having the fucking title. Lose it and go away. If you're not going to be here on an every day, every night basis where we can actually see you do something, I'm sick and tired of him holding the title hostage. That's what he's doing.
Hey, Burn, Burn, by the way, he's clocking in tomorrow. He's clocking in tomorrow for Raw, so this is the record.
Cool. He's gonna come in. He's gonna cut a 6-minute promo where he's gonna say 3 words, and it's actually be Heyman that cuts the promo. And he's
Ladies and gentlemen.
But like, here's my thing: is like, I think it makes the title more special when it's not defended every week, when the champion's not necessarily there every week. I mean, maybe that's just because I grew up with Hulk Hogan. You know, like, you didn't see Hulk Hogan on Superstars every week. That wasn't a thing.
He never wrestled Superstars. He always did like.
Okay, but the other thing you guys are forgetting here is you're talking about shit that was recorded 8 and 9 weeks in advance. You're not talking about today's media, where if Drew McIntyre goes out, wins the title at WrestleMania, the next day blows out his fucking hamstring and then has to lose the title. Kind of what happened to him when he won the NXT title. He got hurt in the match against Andrade, and then Andrade beat him.
That's just bad luck, yeah.
That's my point. There is no 9 weeks of taping shit in advance like it used to be. It's all right here, black and white in front of you. Every week it changes.
I feel like
perfect example.
Okay, go ahead.
Finn Balor wins the Universal title in a match against Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Holds the title less than a day because he fluke gets injured and dislocates his shoulder. And what has happened to Finn Balor since?
Right.
That's
okay. Here's my thing. I feel like we've gone into a little bit of talking about why the title needs Brock, and I was more ready to make the argument for why Brock needs the title. And here's my reasoning, honestly. This is what I thought of when you first brought it up last week, and I'm just going to go ahead with the argument, and you can pick it apart. By all means, please do. Because Brock appears so limitedly, and because he pops up so, every once in a while, comes in for a big show, yada, 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 I think if he just did that and didn't have the belt, I almost feel like what do you do with him at that point? Like, would you just put him into a random feud? Do you use him like a Goldberg or an Undertaker? Like, what do you accomplish with him? Whereas when he is champion and he comes in, he has a purpose.
I agree with you there, Joe.
Okay, here's my thing.
We got 3 minutes on the topic. 3 minutes on the topic.
You bring him in, you let him face somebody, but he doesn't have to go over every time he wrestles somebody.
But that's the thing that, like, the fact that he has gone over so many people, now it's going to be special when Drew beats him.
I'm not disagreeing on Drew McIntyre. My argument is involving the title. At the end of the day, here's the thing that everyone has to remember. When it comes down to it, Drew McIntyre beating Brock Lesnar to win the title, when it happens, the moment's going to be epic. Just like it was when Seth Rollins cashed in. But the thing that everyone is forgetting is Brock Lesnar can come and do whatever he wants. I mean, and doesn't have to have the title included into it to be an act. He's over.
But that's what I'm saying.
He is Tyson Fury. He is guys like that are going to be draws in the WWE. I mean, at the end of the day, why can't he come in and have a feud with Roman Reigns when Roman doesn't have the title either?
I mean, he can, but it just seems a lot more. Like I said, it feels more like when Goldberg shows up.
But Goldberg.
Well, he's doing more than Goldberg.
Probably 5 years older than.
A little more.
Than Brock?
Maybe 6 or 7, but yeah, someone.
Probably, yeah. I think he's probably significantly older.
So now let's look at it from this standpoint. All right, the Universal title was created in 2016. Goldberg, Lesnar have 4 of the 10 reigns with the title belt.
Yeah.
Why the hell are we worried about what happened in 2001? Because that's what this is to me. This is 2001 all over again. You're putting the title on 2 guys that walked out on your company in the middle of you guys trying to figure it out because one wanted to go play football and the other one wanted to go home. At the end of the day, Brock Lesnar is only worried about Brock Lesnar, and he's made that abundantly clear. At the end of the day, he doesn't need the title to be an overact because his act is the same that it was and always will be. He'll suplex somebody. He'll yell, "Suplex City, bitch." He'll hit him with an F5, and then he'll go get on his plane and he'll go home. His act's the same whether he has the title or not. He had Money in the Bank, and he did the exact same thing.
I loved when he had Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
Okay, but here's the thing. It's not like WWE is using this time to give whoever is the United States champion any kind of extra. Andrade's still in meaningless feuds with Humberto Carrillo and Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
It's not like they're doing anything to develop anybody else with this extra time that the champion isn't on TV.
I think they've developed Seth. I think like Seth's whole Monday Night Messiah thing, he's become a main act. Like when Brock's not there.
Okay, but he had to lose the title to Bray Wyatt or he'd be on SmackDown right now.
True.
I mean, that's the thing. The Seth Rollins thing works because he also lost the belt that he beat Brock Lesnar for. And that's the thing. It's there are pieces of this whole thing. Yes, does Brock come in and is Brock a big draw? You're goddamn right he is. I'm not taking anything away from Brock Lesnar, the draw. But the draw is there whether he's coming with a title wrapped around his waist or he's coming out there in his Jimmy John shorts ready to punch somebody's face off.
Jimmy John shorts.
The draw's there no matter what because of who he is as a person. You know what you're getting from Brock. You're getting about 12 moves and 10 of them are German suplexes.
Yeah.
And time.
I see your point. I do see your point.
And time.
That's what you get.
There. Yeah. No, Mike's argument. No, I disagree with Mike's argument. I do see his point.
Yeah.
I do see his point. So that's time there. All right. That's a good topic, man. I loved it. All over the place in that one. Okay, finally, Mike, we're going to preview 2 pay-per-views this week. You have of course, Super Showdown on Thursday, and then we have the AEW Revolution on Saturday. Look forward to both shows.
All right, well, I guess we'll start in date order since
might
that
as well.
makes more sense. Thursday, from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, at the Mohammed Abduba Arena.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. This is the what is it, like the 5th or 4th show?
I think it's the 5th one. No, maybe the 4th.
Yeah,
they had the Greatest Royal Rumble, and then this is like the 3rd Super Showdown.
Okay.
Whatever. I don't know about any of the dates, but yeah, they're in a 10-year agreement with Saudi Arabia, so whatever.
This is Saudi blood money.
Very, very long time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This is why you have guys like Undertaker and Brock Lesnar and Hulk Hogan appearing on this because half their money's being paid by the Saudi Arabians.
Yes, who still think it's 1999.
Obviously, they're winning. We had this conversation. It's really bad. We're probably gonna get booed off of it. But at one point, I know somebody made the comment about how long before they asked about Chris Benoit, and I immediately said, "You guys are all fucked up."
Oh my gosh!
But I have heard that they've asked for guys that are dead.
Can I just say real quick though, and I think you might agree with me on this on text. The card for what it is, for the kind of show it is, not a bad card though, not a terrible card.
It's not.
No, I mean I actually don't hate this card at all. We'll run down the card right now. We'll start Raw Tag Titles: Seth Rollins and the artist formerly known as Buddy Murphy versus the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. I'm going to take the Profits to win the titles.
I think they retain, obviously, according to my prediction.
Oh, according to Earnest-Mania. All right, so hold on, let's go. Ernest.
Brother.
Mike. Yeah, okay.
Brother.
Joe. All right, so Ernest is going Messiah and Murphy.
Yeah.
I'll go Street Profits. Why not?
Now, for the record, I want to be wrong.
Let's get the Saudi smoke.
For the record, I want to be wrong, but
I'm going to see which one of us finishes with the better record for the 2 shows.
Okay.
I'm never good at this.
SmackDown Women's Championship match. Bayley defends against Naomi, who won the number 1 contenders match on Friday Night SmackDown.
I love
where she defeated Carmella.
Not a bad match, actually. That was a pretty solid match between two.
Joe mentioned the plancha and was like, meh.
Yeah, she looked bored.
I'm going to go Bayley one more time.
Yeah, same.
I guess we'll call this one a clean sweep, but I think it's because of something that may happen that I'm kind of more interested in.
Gaga?
No, there's supposed rumors, and we should have talked about this in the news segment.
Okay.
Lacey Evans making that comment to Renee Young. Supposedly there might be a 3rd chamber match, and it might be another women's match.
I've heard that rumor. I don't think that's going to be happening.
I wouldn't actually hate it.
Oh, I wouldn't hate it either. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I'm not saying it will either, but I'm just going to say to hold out hope for another Elimination Chamber match, I'm going to take Bayley to win.
Okay. There you go.
In a gauntlet match for the I'm not even gonna fucking try to pronounce that. Some random trophy about some mountain or something that's over there. AJ Styles, the United States champion Andrade, back from suspension for this. Bobby Lashley, hopefully without Lana. Eric Rowan, R-Truth, and Rusev are in this gauntlet match.
Give me AJ Styles.
I was going to say, if it's anyone but AJ Styles, I'm going to be very upset with the way this goes.
Agreed. I got AJ also, too.
Yeah, who else is in it? I wasn't paying attention.
Lashley, Rusev,
Andrade, Eric Rowan, and R-Truth.
R-Truth for the comedy.
I'm going R-Truth for the win.
For the comedy. Of course, Joe will go that direction.
Shane McMahon won a tournament in Saudi Arabia. It's Bizarro World.
Yeah, he's boss.
That he joined in the finals.
Yeah, he's a boss's son, though. He can do it once.
In a match that I think is finally going to be the end of this feud, I think. I don't know, maybe, kind of, sort of, I don't know.
Gotta be.
Roman Reigns versus the King, Baron Corbin, in a steel cage match.
That could be fun.
I think it's time for them to go their own ways, though, because I think they've gotten the most out of this.
But yeah, they squeeze every little juice of this left. Roman Reigns wins this, and it's over.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I guess this one is fairly easy to see that, especially if they go Roman versus Bray, or even Roman versus Goldberg for the title. I feel like Roman has to win this feud to elevate to that level.
Agreed.
Speaking of both Bray Wyatt and Bill Goldberg, Universal titles match: The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Goldberg. Goldberg speared The Fiend to end SmackDown on Friday night.
Yeah.
And then the lights went out.
That's crazy.
He wasn't there anymore.
Was that Mike or Joe?
That was not me.
That was me.
That was good.
So I'm gonna do it, and I hate it. So I'm gonna pick Goldberg for the win.
And the title, clean win. Goldberg DQ.
Oh, interesting. No, I think he's gonna win the title. I'm just gonna take it. I want to win one of these for once.
Okay, so because both of you took Goldberg, and I think both of you are freaking insane.
Well, I hope he doesn't.
Well, the title doesn't change hands. I'm saying Goldberg wins it by DQ, but that's it.
I don't want to be right.
Well, I hope you're wrong, because I'm taking Bray Wyatt.
There you go.
I think the Fiend wins the match. I think he wins it clean. I think he retains the title and then gets ready to lose to Roman Reigns.
Wow. Okay.
Man, dude, why does it surprise you that I'm picking Goldberg to lose? Goldberg's 48 years old. He doesn't need to be beating a guy who's been your main draw. He really doesn't. This is
he
really
really
bad.
Doesn't.
This is really bad WCW booking. This is having Booker T, the most over guy in the world, lose the WCW title to I don't know, Jeff Jarrett. Oh wait, they did that, and what happened? They went out of business 6 months later. It's terrible.
Terrible.
For the SmackDown Tag Titles, The New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston versus The Miz and John Morrison.
Who you got?
I'm gonna take Miz Morrison.
Yeah,
I actually, I would not surprise if they win this match and win the titles, but I'm gonna go New Day.
Based off of Earnest-Mania, I'd argue with you down for the New Day.
Right.
Joe, you taking Miz and Morrison?
I'm taking Miz and Morrison, yeah.
All right. Final match of the Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia for the WWE Championship. The Beast Incarnate, the 1 in 21-1, the Conqueror, the guy who's held the title for 700 days and he showed up for 3 of them. Brock Lesnar versus that fucking guy, Ricochet.
Can you preview Ricochet as the one who said no?
I can't because he's a dick, but I mean...
You told me that story last year, and ever since that, I can't shake it off now.
Oh, my God.
Ricochet is not going to win. Let's just be real.
Yeah. No, Brock's got this.
I do wonder, though, is there a chance that they can further a storyline through this matchup?
No, it's going to be 7 seconds. Ricochet is going to die. It's going to be... That's it.
Okay.
I told you. They're not paying Brock Lesnar by the hour. He's literally going to walk out there. Some fireworks are going to shoot off. He's going to hit him with 10 German suplexes, an F5, and he's getting on his private charter and he's going home.
By the way,
Wait,
he is loved in Saudi Arabia. He is loved there. Like he gets a baby face welcome every time he comes out to the ring.
Can we do a pick 'em on whether or not we think that SmackDown's going to have its roster on Friday?
Oh, on Cena night too, especially.
Yeah. Oh shoot. That's why they got Cena for that show, in case the other guys can't get back. They know they have Cena.
That's true. Smart move by Vince and company.
Yay, logic.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. They have other things they can fall back on. Okay, they have the Intercontinental title with Braun Strowman. He's not going to Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Not that I'm aware of. They have Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair that they can use SmackDown to push a little bit.
Yeah,
You
Brian's around.
You have Brian. You have the Otis and Tucky, Mandy, Sonya, Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, whatever, Love Quatre.
Yeah.
Quatre. What's wrong with
You have the Kabuki Warriors could also randomly defend the title for the first time in, I don't know, like 7 years.
Good point.
Now that you mention it, it does seem like they are bringing less SmackDown guys than last time, probably.
Yeah,
That's true.
SmackDown roster that's coming over: The New Day, Miz and Morrison, The Fiend, Reigns, and Corbin.
Yeah, you could be
Bayley,
okay without
Naomi.
those guys.
Bayley and Naomi. You can make it work without the 7 of them.
Yeah.
It's not like they're having the 35-person battle royal. This is the first time I think they're having a pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia where they haven't had like a 40-man battle royal.
I don't remember if the last one had that.
I don't know. I'll go look real quick. Hold on.
They definitely had like a tournament or something. I don't know.
Okay, well, the last one was Crown Jewel, which was
It had like the tag team tournament.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so but that's, if you look at that, it's a 9-team tag team turmoil, and there was a 20-man battle royal where Humberto Carrillo beat Eric Rowan to face AJ for the U.S. title.
Right.
So that's 20. That is 38, and then there was a 10-man tag match. That's 48 wrestlers right there.
Right.
They're not even taking 48 total from Saudi Arabia this time.
Yeah, it's smart. It's just smarter business.
They're taking 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16, 18, 24. 24, and half of them are Raw. So they're taking 12 members of the SmackDown roster. This is definitely a move where if the 12 of them don't make it back right away, we're not going to fucking be drowning.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. AEW Revolution, then, or no?
Yeah, let's go for it. Wintrust Arena, it is next Saturday, February 29th.
Is it in Chicago?
It's in Chicago, home of the Chicago Dream, the WNBA team.
Home of every AEW pay-per-view ever.
Yeah, home of, like, everyone that's not in Vegas.
Yep.
So, according to Wikipedia, because Wikipedia is fucking retarded, there are only 4 matches announced. We know that there are 5 matches announced as of recording right now. We'll start with match number 5, a match that I feel like could go very, very fun. That is Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara. That is the match that Wikipedia does not have listed. Also, Sammy Guevara may be legally dead. That super kick that Jackson hit him with in that battle.
Beautiful.
Gross.
That was a gross kick, though. That was a murder.
I sent it to Craig, and Craig just texted me back. He's dead.
I mean,
the stick, he's dead.
Yeah. I can get into necromancy.
Oh, god damn you, Joe.
Jeez.
God damn you.
That said, give me Darby Allin, the comeback kid.
Alright, so Joe... yeah, Ernest is taking Darby Allin. I'm going to take Darby as well.
I'm taking Sammy.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Just because you're taking him doesn't mean you actually get to take him home.
Exactly, Joe. You know, like...
I like to preface that.
Yeah.
We still okay with that pick?
Yeah, I'm still picking him.
Little preface action there. Okay.
In his AEW debut, the All-American Jake Hager versus a guy who has found a way to push back time in the Natural. Joe, that was your key. That was your cue.
Oh, Natural.
Thank you. Dustin Rhodes.
The Goldust?
No, Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, no, Goldust, yeah.
And they call him the Natural.
I feel
me.
Dustin will have a great match, but I think I want to pick Hager because because I think there'll be some.
This is his first match.
It's interference. Although, you gotta be honest with you, like you had two guys last week on AEW that debuted and both lost. Jeff Cobb lost, and then Wardlow lost. So
okay,
maybe,
but Jeff Cobb lost to get over the story. Jeff Cobb didn't lose to have Moxley go over.
Oh right, of course.
Wardlow went over lost the same way to put over the story. We all knew that Wardlow was going to lose from jump because that was part of stipulation. So what I'll say is I will actually take Dustin to win this to get revenge for him, his arm being broken. I don't think this is the end of the Dustin Inner Circle, but it may be time for them to figure out. Maybe Jake Hager needs to branch himself out a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Hager by cheating because the Inner Circle will get involved somehow in this match.
I'm gonna go with Dustin.
Yeah, I just think Dustin has so much going for him right now that a loss would really hurt him.
Okay.
The winners of the 10-team tag team battle royal, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson versus Cowboy Bebop of Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page. You like that I'm actually going with that as our tag team?
Yes,
right,
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Cowboy shit in anime.
Well, I'm calling him Cowboy Bebop.
Exactly, Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
The Young Bucks defeated the Best Friends, the Butcher, the Blade. Nobody.
Not Bunny.
Nobody. The Dark Orders, representative of Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Why the hell weren't Uno and Dos in there?
Because Tres Cuatro were next. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you don't know that Stu Grayson went as Dos whenever they were the Super Smash Brothers. Player Uno, player Dos. Now it's Evil Uno and Stu Grayson.
Oh,
I was
really?
confused on why they weren't in the match.
Because I don't know. I got nothing.
Did
You can't have
they
them
not?
lose yet, and you don't want them to win.
I guess, but I mean, it could have been something where you could have had some rando fucking team throw them out, and then they could just squash that team in a couple matches.
True.
The hybrid two of Angelico and Jack Evans, the Inner Circle of Santana and Ortiz, or Pride and Powerful, or whatever they're called. No, whatever. Jurassic Express of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, the Private Party of Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. They are a total body weight of 24 ounces of vodka cranberry.
Yes.
SCU, Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, and Strong Hearts of Shima and T-Hawk. Yeah. I think this one's not quite ready to get where it needs to be. But I think it's coming sooner rather than later. And I told Joe that I hope that it ends, not necessarily, and I mean, Joe's on the same page, I think, here, is I want Kenny to turn.
Yes. And the Bucks.
And
I want all three of them to turn.
And I want the Elite back. I don't want this, watered down, everybody's, a member of the Elite.
No.
I want Kenny. I want the Cleaner. I want the Bucks. I want the
Agreed.
New Japan, run for the world title Elite. I don't want this. Everybody can be a member of it. I want them to go back to being them.
I agree.
So for this match, I'll take Cowboy Bebop to retain because I think the turn's going to happen in May in Vegas.
Okay. I thought maybe the tournament might happen now, but I'll take the Bucks.
I'm taking Cowboy Bebop. I don't think the turn's happening yet.
And I think the turn has to happen after they lose the titles.
Oh, interesting.
Because, I mean, what are you going to do? Have them defend the titles as, mortal enemies?
I will say this much, though. I mean, the tag team division is so great. They don't even need them to be tag team. They can just get meant to be solo guys again. And
yeah, but the real issue here is, again, there's no secondary title.
Yes, I agree.
Although there's rumor out that they're about to institute that very soon. That's
You know what? You know what else there? You know what else happened? According to like Adele or whatever, there was rumor has it, but rumor has it he ain't the one she's leaving you for. But whatever.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I'm just telling you, there's a lot of rumors going out in the world. Half of them are fake.
Dave Meltzer.
Trash.
Trash.
Singles match where 10 lashes and a steel cage match with Wardlow later. The American Nightmare, Cody, Maxwell, Jacob Friedman, MJF. I'll let you guys talk about this one for a little bit, and then I'll swoop in.
I think MJF is going to win. I don't think you can have Cody win now. It kills the feud, and this feud has a lot more legs left to it.
I don't know, man. Cody's so over right now, dude.
But that's why he doesn't need to win, because he's over.
Yeah, MJF's taking a lot of losses this last couple weeks too, though. Between the lashes, where like he was so shocked that he made it through it, and then getting beaten up by Arn Anderson last week.
Yeah. No, I mean, and like he can cheat to win, whatever. But I just think he needs to be the one that walks away with the victory.
Yeah, I'm
Otherwise,
with you.
this thing is dead.
I think he'll win. I'm with you. I think he'll win, but it won't be fair. I think some shit's gonna happen. Wardlow gets involved, or somebody gets involved.
I just hope Arn Anderson doesn't turn. It's too soon for that and too obvious.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you have to kind of consider too. Arn Anderson possibly turning. We got a moment on Wednesday though where we thought, hey, maybe hit some of the cage. I don't know, but he didn't.
Yeah, well, because they know that people are expecting it, so they tease it.
It's great psychology there by Arn Anderson. Good job.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best. Listen,
absolutely, brainbusters, baby.
I'm taking MJF for this one for sure.
Okay. Mikey?
This is going to be the weirdest thing, and you guys are going to be very weirded out by my comment here. Maxwell Jacob Friedman wins clean.
Ooh.
Really?
Yep.
I would love that.
Now, clean as in nobody will get interfered, and he won't use any international objects.
Low blow?
Maybe a kick of the middle ropes when Cody's trying to get into the ring. Maybe Cody goes for that same kind of moonsault off the top rope, and he rolls out of the way and then rolls him up, or he pushes the ref into the ropes or something like that. But
Okay.
I don't think Wardlow will be involved, and I don't think that there will be any kind of foreign object or international object, as they used to call it in 1990 WCW. I'm picking the guy who makes you want to punch him in the face every time you see him, and I'm picking him clean.
All right.
Finally, main event of the evening for the AEW World Title. It is Le Champion, Chris Jericho, the guy who has not had a singles match yet in 2020, taking on Snake from Metal Gear Solid, Jon Moxley.
Jon Moxley. Sorry.
All right, Justin Roberts, chill the fuck out.
I need to get that sound drop, dude. Seriously.
No, you don't.
Come on.
Your sound drops are almost as annoying as Bill Goldberg being in a title match.
I'm saying the actual Justin Roberts sound drop. The actual
I was waiting for you to say as annoying as your dislike of the Undertaker.
That was my second go-to.
But I don't dislike the Undertaker though. You're framing it wrong. No context.
No.
Trash.
Rumor has it you hate the Undertaker and once told him to go away.
Oh, fuck your rumors.
According to Earnest-Mania, you don't think he's good enough to be on the show?
No, he's too old. Get out of here.
Damn.
No, he's too old. But
You
you
can't
Brock
see.
Lesnar.
Hey, Undertaker can't see me.
Worse.
Let's go.
Wow.
So
There's so many other comments there. Let's move back to the topic at hand.
I'm gonna pick Jericho. I don't think his title reign is ready to end.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning Moxley here because I think Jericho goes away for a little bit, maybe.
I think
Jericho
Fozzy needs to go on tour.
Yeah, isn't there some stuff coming up with Jericho in the next couple months between?
I don't know anything about that. I've told Joe I feel that the thing is, and unfortunately, I love Jericho to death. He's probably one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Goat?
Jericho.
Yeah, I said goat.
Yeah, definitely on that level. Here's the thing. He's done great for the Inner Circle. He's gotten those guys over very well. but Jericho is another guy that I don't know necessarily right now that I need to have my title. Like, he was the right one to win it at first because it was the build of the company. But I'm also now of the mindset of I need somebody that's going to be in the ring defending it a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, especially if we're only going to have 4 pay-per-views a year, I'm going to need someone to randomly defend the title on a Tuesday night on Wednesday night on Dynamite. And I don't think Jericho's that guy. I think Jericho's the draw for pay-per-views. So with that being said, I think that it's. I'm not going to say it's the right time because I don't think there's ever really a time to have somebody of Jericho's like mindset and like the way he is character-wise lose the belt. But especially since they're not developing another title or a mid-card title right now, you know, it really puts a strain on the world title, the tag title, and the women's title. There are no other titles for guys to fight for. And I think that's the most important thing. And I kind of hope that it leads to a mid-card title being developed at, what is it, All Out or Double or Nothing or
Double
whatever.
Nothing's next one in May.
Yeah. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe have a tournament or something and do another secondary title for guys like Joey Janela, Kip Sabian, even guys in the inner circle, Sammy, Hager, Dustin, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus. You know, I think it's time for those guys to get some run and have shots at the belt. Plus, there have been a lot of heels that haven't fought Chris Jericho because, you know, they don't really believe in the heel thing. So, I mean, Moxley going into the tweener role, you could see Cody fight, not fight for the title because obviously he can't, but you could see Cody, but you could see MJF get a shot at the belt, or a Wardlow, or a Kip Sabian, or somebody like that you wouldn't see fight Chris Jericho.
Right.
I think it gives a little bit more fresher matchups.
It does.
That's something that AEW really has to strike on because the thing is if AEW is taking this ratings war serious, which they may or may not be, I'm not in that clubhouse. I don't know what they talk about whenever the show's over.
Right.
So I can't say that I have any kind of inside knowledge. But if they actually care about the ratings, they have to strike while the iron's hot. And what is that? What is the thing that they've been able to rely on? Good matches, decent promo and backstage stuff, and, you know, building up guys little by little. How do you keep doing that? You got to get one of those guys that's the main home star out of the title picture and start letting some of those younger guys get shots.
I agree with you.
I agree 100%. So we have a new champion this Saturday. We'll see.
You're still taking Jericho, right, Joe?
Me? Joe's taking Jericho.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I figured you were.
So there's your preview for both shows: Super Showdown on Thursday and AEW Revolution on Saturday.
Which show do you guys think are going to be better? Just yes,
Revolution.
Pick one.
Revolution. Just cause.
Yeah, same.
Just cause. Before we get going, MVPs. Let's go first.
I always forget that we do this.
Not it.
I'll take it. Okay, MVP for this week. Cody Rhodes, man, that spot at the end of the match in the cage. Holy
That was a
shit.
good match.
Did you see his foot, his toe?
I heard about it.
Yeah, it's on Instagram actually. Oh my god,
No, I'm good.
the whole thing tore off. Ugh, disgusting. So,
Mike,
Cody
you
Rhodes.
go next.
Hold on, I gotta look at something real quick while I think about who my MVP is gonna be.
Damn it.
I will take. Just because, no, maybe not. I started to go one way, and I think I'm gonna pull a backtrack here.
That's my life story.
I am actually gonna go with the new IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions of Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kota Ibushi.
Ooh, nice pick.
Who was the original one before he went that route?
I was gonna take Tommaso Ciampa because his promo in the middle of the NXT show to basically call out Johnny Gargano was like perfect.
Oh yeah.
And then Austin Theory tried to jump him in and he like kicked Austin Theory's ass. I thought that was just like textbook Tommaso Ciampa being the Sicilian psychopath. So I thought like that made perfect sense for Ciampa.
Mm-hmm.
But then I woke up and saw that Ibushi and Tanahashi won the tag titles in a thing that me and Joe called 6 weeks ago whenever they were supposed to win the titles in America, but Ibushi got the flu and then didn't come over. But then they made the title change anyways because that's what New Japan does. So yeah.
All right, and Joe, your MVP?
I think I'm gonna just go ahead and take Cody. I like that argument for Cody.
I thought you were going to take Bianca Belair for the third week in a row.
I know.
Nah. Well, she did interrupt that match. You know what? What?
I already wrote Cody.
No, you sold me on Bianca.
You're right, penciled in again.
I'm leaving it as Cody.
It's on a spreadsheet. It's on Mike's spreadsheet already, bro.
I'm not deleting it. It's Cody.
God damn it.
Anyway, that's this week's show. Again, folks, enjoy the great wrestling ahead. You got regular shows this week, plus pay-per-view. We have what?
It's like 27 hours of wrestling.
Yeah,
on
holy
this
shit. A lot of wrestling this week. And thank God I'll be home for all of it. So,
anything anyone want to plug? Because I want to plug Circle Square.
Go ahead.
NWA Power was not on this past Tuesday. It was their new show called Circle Squared, which is a format where they brought out two tag teams and they cut a promo, and the other team cut a promo on them, and they went out and had a match, and now there's going to be voting to see which one of them can be awarded a NWA contract over everyone that's in the season. So I kind of hope NWA keeps that up because I like the format. But I kind of want to, like Joe said, I kind of want to see a couple more episodes before I make it a full-blown topic on the show.
Yeah, same.
So if you like wrestling and want to check out this cool new format, try them out. Also listen to the Name Subject to Change podcast, which drops whatever days we decide to record it. And Super Crazy Sports Spectacular.
Woo!
Busy guys. Joe, any unplug? Well, I guess you plugged it for you, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course. Well, Mike's on Twitter, of course, at They Call Me Burn, BERN.
Yeah.
Joe doesn't have on Twitter, of course, because, that's how he rolls. Of course, Earthquake Podcast. You can check out Christian Podcast. We're back. And I'm on Twitter, EachChristian7. Fellas, great show tonight. Great show.
Let's go, Liger.
Let's go.
See you next week.
Later.